Welcome to the dark side of your practice. When you hear the dark side, do you immediately think of Star Wars? Maybe the battle between good and evil? Darkness isn't always the villain of the piece. Death is a natural part of life. Just look at what happens in winter time. The trees shed their leaves in order to survive the cold days, the dark nights, eventually emerging at springtime, able to blossom into life once more. Embracing darkness is a time to shed unnecessary weight, the emotional kind, to let go of people, habits, things that are keeping you stuck and miserable. This is the gift of death, destruction, and darkness. In Hinduism, my favourite deity, the goddess Kali, is the embodiment of destruction. Wearing her skirt of arms and a necklace of skulls, her black skin hanging from her bones, she's pretty formidable. Yet she encourages us to simultaneously face the beauty of life and the reality of death with the understanding that one can't exist without the other. Now, like Kali, fire is all-consuming. It dances as it destroys. And in today's practice, I invite you to dance to bring joy, dance to find courage, embrace the spirit of Kali, who destroys only to recreate. Today, I want you to ignite your inner fire. Move without fear of judgment or concern for right or wrong. Choose to let go of anything that's holding you back or no longer serving you. So, are you ready to meet me on the mat? Come down to the floor and sit in a comfortable cross-legged position, whatever that looks like to you. So it might be crossing the feet at the ankles, it might be one leg in front of the other, one leg on top of the other. You find what feels good in your body in this moment. We're going to begin today just finding some stillness, giving yourself permission to slow down, press pause. You can close your eyes if it feels good to do so, placing the palms to the knees. Sit up tall with a long spine, lifting yourself out of your pelvis, maybe just rolling the shoulders. Taking a deep inhale and exhale. Today is the perfect day to connect to this dark side of yoga, the dark side of yourself, to tap into that part of you that is ready to release whatever is holding you back, keeping you stagnant, stuck. You know, those heavy feelings that you carry in your body, that weight, whether it's people, habits, things, behaviours, whatever you need to let go of, we're going to find out what that is. Make some shifts. Take a breath in and out. Tuning into your breath, tuning out the world. And at this time of the year, Halloween, Samhain, embracing the dark days of winter ahead. The fire in your body is so important to be ignited, and fire dances as it moves. And so today, let's embrace that element a little and find our way into movements that allow for flow. Moving whatever way feels good for you, fast or slow. Big movements or small. The choice is yours. Draw the right shoulder down towards the left knee, rising up, drawing the left shoulder to the right knee. You can make these movements as deep or as shallow as feel good for you right now. Just feel your back beginning to gently stretch, the muscles awakening. Just notice how good it feels to simply move your body without the need for an outcome. Just moving and flowing. This is your dance. This is your time. Coming back to center, reaching the arms up. Inhaling. And as you exhale, Reach the left palm down to the floor, right arm reaches up and over, stretching into the right side. Inhale, bringing the arms to center. Exhale, reach your right palm down to the floor, left arm reaches overhead. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to gently reach and stretch. Notice each time if perhaps you can move a little further, a little deeper into the stretch, maybe holding for a moment or two. Don't allow your chest to collapse as you move, but rather keep the chest open, maybe just guiding the head to look up towards the ceiling. Now one more. Right palm coming down to the floor, left arm reaching over. Both arms coming to meet in the center. Lift your fingertips to the sky, arch your back, pressing the chest forward. As you exhale, crossing left arm to right knee. Take your right palm behind you, coming to a twist. Inhale, arms reaching up as you come back to center. Exhale, the right arm across the body, touching at the left knee. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, twist around to wherever feels comfortable. Find that perfect spot for your body right now. And each time you twist, maybe you'll notice that you can go a little bit further, a little bit deeper, perhaps hovering, pausing your breath for just a beat or two before you reach up and out. One more. Inhale up, exhale all the way over, twisting, holding if it feels good, and reaching up once more. Extend the arms out, reaching the fingertips away from you, pressing the palms so you can feel that stretch all the way through the arms. Fingertips to the floor, close your eyes. Take some breaths. Feel how good it feels to be in your body right now. Moving whatever way works for you to come onto all fours, sliding onto your hip and raising yourself up. Lining up the wrists and the shoulders, the knees and the hips. We're going to take some cat-cows. Fingers are wide, spread on the mat, press through the base of the fingers. Take an inhale, drop your belly towards the floor, open the shoulders and tilt the chin upwards. Exhale, tucking the tailbone, rounding through the spine. Press the palms into the mat as you drop the head to look between the legs. Inhale, arching, opening, lifting the chin upwards. Feel that stretch through the throat. Exhale, tucking. Finding your natural rhythm. How are you breathing today? How does it feel? Can you feel any resistance in your body? What's holding you back? Maybe you can set an intention at this point of what you want to let go of today. And as you begin to find your flow and find your rhythm here, you can begin to move in different ways, maybe adding a little side-to-side movement from the hips and the head. Inhale, exhale. Maybe it feels good to gently lean forward and rise up. It's so windy where I am today and it just feels, there's so much power, there's so much, I don't know, it feels like it's very haunted house today. It's perfect Halloween yoga weather. Coming to Bring the hips to heels, reaching your hands forward, maybe walking the fingertips forward a little bit more. Raising your palms away from the floor, bringing the wrists in line with the elbows and the shoulders. You can let your head drop down to the floor. Keep your heels and your hips together as much as you can. So really sink your butt down towards the feet. Take a breath in and let it go. Press through the fingertips. Keep pressing the wrists up and away from the floor. You can feel that all the way into the shoulders, between the shoulder blades. Feels good. Pressing the palms back to the mat, looking between your hands. You're going to raise up onto all fours, and then you're going to pass shoulders a little bit further beyond the wrists, sinking your hips, your belly forward. And as you exhale, hips to heels, sinking back. Inhale, rising up. Pushing the hips forward, chest forward, maybe just drawing the chin up towards the ceiling. Exhale, rising up to sink back. Finding your flow once again. And we can add an extra element of challenge here if it feels good to do so. Reaching the feet towards the head, a little floating cobra. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, bending at the knees, pushing the chest forward, a little sway from side to side. Exhale, all the way back to the heels. Let's do one more of these because they just feel so good in your body. Inhale, open the chest, reach with the feet. Exhale, sinking back. This time tuck the toes as you sink back, hips to heels, tucking the toes under, reach with the fingertips. Springing back to all fours, but before you come fully to all fours, reach your knees away from the floor, send your hips up to the sky, coming into downward dog with knees bent. Your belly is pressing towards the thighs. Push through the palms, bringing the biceps and ears together, long through the spine. Keeping the knees bent. Stay up on the tippy toes for a moment. Press through the arms, lengthening the back. Draw your shoulders down and away from your ears. Feel the length through your spine as you pedal the feet behind you. Some powerful breaths here. And each time you breathe out, what is it you're ready to let go of? You can begin to shed that excess weight, emotional weight, or physical weight. Taking a breath in. If you want to keep the knees bent here, and maintain that length through the spine, you can. If it feels good to straighten the legs, then you feel free to go ahead and do that. Make sure that you're not compromising your back as you straighten the legs. Taking the right knee into the chest. You're going to reach your right leg high into the air, reaching it up as high as you can. And we begin to move with a bent knee, circling from the hip, pressing the knee outwards and in, creating some heat through the hips. One more. Reaching the right leg up and then skipping it forward to touch the right upper arm. Inhale, push back and up. Exhale, sliding the shoulders forward in line with the wrists. Keep drawing your belly in as you do this. Notice your breathing. If your breathing starts to get away from you, maybe you need to slow down a little bit. It's okay to do that. Bringing the right leg to come into land, pedaling the feet. Just check in with your palms, check in with your back, make sure that everything's feeling good in the wrists before you scoop the left leg up into the air. Holding for a moment and then begin to move the knee around in circles. You can move in any direction, whatever feels good. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, touching the left upper arm. Inhale and exhale. Let's do one more. And release. Touch. Send your leg high. Coming back to your downward dog. Pedaling the feet. Floating the knees down to the floor. Sink your hips behind you. Stretch out your fingers. Taking all of the pressure away from the wrists. A little sway from side to side. You can bring the palms together, bending at the elbows. Just rotating the wrists. One way. And then the other. Slowly begin to rise up, hips, waist, shoulders and neck. Rising all the way up to sitting. You're going to take your arms behind you and press your knuckles down towards the floor, arching your back, lifting your chest. Press the palms together as you push the knuckles down into the floor. Let your heart open. Back arch, and draw your gaze upwards. Take a big breath in and out. We're going to slide both hands to rest at the right hip. Taking a breath in as you breathe out, letting your right ear drop to your right shoulder. Just feel that stretch through the left side. Bring the head back to center. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Keep pressing the palms together, hugging into that right hip. Once more, all the way over. And back to center. Releasing the hands, push your knuckles down towards the floor, opening the chest. Feel that squeeze all the way into the shoulder blades. And then bring your hands to the left side, the left hip. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, left ear to left shoulder, feeling the stretch. Inhale, head comes back to center. Exhale, ear to shoulder. Make sure your shoulder doesn't rise up to meet your ear. Let the ear fall to the shoulder. Inhale, one last time, all the way down. Coming back to center, releasing the hands, just giving yourself a little hug. Take a breath in, reach and open the arms wide, and then swap them over so they're the opposite way, giving yourself another juicy little hug as tight as you can. Doesn't it feel good? Reaching forward, coming onto all fours once again. Just finding that tabletop position, and then walk the hands maybe about a palm distance in front of you, tucking the toes under. You're going to reach the hips high once again. Keep the knees bent as you come into your down dog, pressing your belly back towards the thighs, finding the position for your back first of all, so make sure that you feel your shoulders drawn away from your ears. You're pressing through the base of the fingers. The fingers are spread wide on the mat. You can feel your sit bones pushing up towards the sky, and then gradually sinking your heels down towards the floor, feeling that length through your entire body. Scooping the right leg up into the air, allowing your right leg to reach over to the left, twisting through the torso, opening up the hip. Just feel that length through your body. You're going to take a breath in, bent knee, looking forward. You're going to scoop your knee to the top of the right arm, and a little bend in the elbows, pushing up. Raising the right leg into the sky, opening up the body. Feeling the warmth, feeling the fire in your belly. And then coming back to the upper arm, little bend. As you sink the chest to the floor. One more time, opening. Really feel your hips swivel. And scooping the leg to the upper arm, bending and releasing. All the way up and stepping forward. Scooping your leg forward, drop your left knee. Reach your arms behind you, opening your chest, lifting it high to the sky. Hands coming forward. You're going to place your left palm to the floor. Turn so that you can twist your belly towards your right thigh. Reach your right arm behind you. Dropping your hip, feeling that twist. Push through the left palm. Opening however far feels good for you here. Sweeping all the way back. You're going to place the palms to the floor. Tuck the toes of the left foot. Drawing yourself up. Straightening the front leg. Melting the chest forward. Bending the front knee. Dropping the back knee. Open the chest. Long through the spine. Raising the hips once again. Straighten the front leg. Drop your head towards your knee. And sinking down as you open the chest. One more time, reaching up. Belly to thigh, nose to knee. Fingertips reaching the floor in front of you. And then sinking down once more, coming into your lunge. Scoop your arms behind you. Opening your chest once more. Feeling the flow of the movement. Press your palms into the floor. You're going to scoop your right leg all the way back up into the air and down to meet the left foot. Pedaling your feet. Reset your spine. Make sure that everything feels good in this downward facing dog. If you want to keep your knees bent here, you can. If it feels better to have them straight, just make sure that your back stays long and lengthened. You're not compromising your position by trying to get your heels down on the floor. It's just not important. You can swivel the hips from side to side. Now we're going to scoop the left leg all the way up into the air and allow that left leg to sail over to the right, twisting your torso, opening your hips. And then bringing it forward, look between the hands. Bringing the left knee to the left upper arm. Little bend through the elbows. Doesn't have to be deep for this to really hit home. Opening the hips once more. Let the left foot drop to the right side. Reaching forward. Coming to touch the upper arm. Little bend. And reaching up. And opening one more time. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Scooping forward, strong through the core. Bending the elbows and reaching up. Sweep your leg forward between your hands, coming into land. Drop your right knee behind you. Open your chest. Celebrating whatever you're letting go of right now. Think about what you want to release and how you're going to do it. Bringing the hands down to the floor in front of you. Right palm stays to the floor. Turning your belly to the left. Reach your left arm behind you. Let your hip drop down to the floor. Open the chest. And feel that really delicious twist. Take a breath in and out. Hands coming down to the mat. You're going to push up. Coming into your pyramid. Belly sinks towards the front thigh, nose to knee. Doesn't matter if your back heel's raised a little bit. Sinking down. Open the chest. Stretch. Feeling the fire that you're creating. And down. And all the way down to the floor. Reaching your arms behind you one more time, opening the chest. Maybe sinking back a little bit more. floating forward to raise the left leg all the way up into the air, pushing it high, coming back to your downward facing dog. Walk, walk, walk the feet forward. Bending the knees, make a shelf for your belly, sink your head down. Begin to roll through the spine. Just feeling your way into what feels good here. Your Kali, your fire. Move in whatever way feels good for you. Bringing the hands to the shins. And press onto the shins, coming to halfway lift. So pushing through the shins, opening the shoulders, pushing your hips behind you. Making space between the pelvis and the ribs, pressing to open. And then maybe with a little micro bend in the knees, bowing forward, reaching for the mat in front of you. Take a breath in and out. Coming up again, reaching for the shins, press your palms, pushing and opening the shoulders. Lengthen through the spine. And sinking the belly all the way down, your head hanging. Just let gravity take over. Feel how good it feels to play with this. Rolling upwards, root down through your feet, strong through the legs. You can gently draw the hands all the way up the back of the legs, rolling and rounding until you come back to an upright position. And you're going to step your legs wide, stepping them wide, turning the feet to about 45 degrees and bending the knees, sinking down into your goddess pose. A little shift of weight from side to side. Maybe just finding some movement through the shoulders once again. I'm going to reach up, straightening the legs. You're going to bring your palms together. You're going to bring them together, crossing them over. So taking your hands in front of you, you're going to take right arm over left, turning so that the palms can meet. Reach your arms up overhead as you inhale. And as you exhale, turning the palms, bring the fingers back in towards your heart, turning all the way around until they point down towards the floor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, turning down, hinge at the hips, bending the knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, reach up. This time you're going to swap the hands over. So the left palm comes over the right, or the left arm comes over the right. You're going to reach up. We're going to do 3 times. Exhale with power. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale up. One more time. Exhale, hanging here. Shifting the weight from right to left, left to right. Allowing the legs to straighten, your hips to go deeper each time. And just move in the rhythm that feels good for you. Bending all the way over to your left side, straightening your right leg. Fingertips to the floor. Keeping your fingertips on the floor. You can keep this hip high, and if this feels enough for you, this is where I want you to hang out. You don't need to do anything else. If it feels good to do so, maybe you can reach your arm up, planting the left palm close to the left foot, turning and opening your chest up to the sky. Reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. Just keep those hips up. And release. Now, if that feels good, maybe you can sink your hips down into the floor, making sure that the torso stays long. Keep pressing your elbow into that left knee. Just find some balance here. Find what feels good. And if you've gone too far, just raise up and just play around with that position. If you feel that you can sink down, just hug your armpit around that left knee. Reach your fingertips down to the floor. Turn your belly towards the right and reach your arm up. Opening, maybe reaching that arm overhead. Finding a position that feels good for you. Shift your weight forward, reaching up, rising, so that you can swivel and shift from left to right, right to left, maybe adding in some shoulder movement. Go as deep or as shallow. This feels good for you. Bending at the right knee. You're going to walk the hands to that right foot. Keep the hips high and just check in. How does it feel to be here? Can you raise that left arm all the way up to the sky? Take some breaths. Just check in. How does it feel? Reaching down. Maybe you can sink the hips. Maybe it doesn't feel so good. And if that's the case, you just rise up again so you can play. That's what this is all about. Hugging the right knee with your right armpit and reaching to the side, reaching up, maybe reaching over. Find what feels good for you and play with that. Take some breaths. Pressing up all the way over. See if you can bring your butt to the floor. Sinking down. Tucking the left leg in towards the groin. Right leg out to the side. It doesn't have to go far. So you can get your sit bones down onto the floor. Equally balanced. Raise your torso up. Take a breath in and out. You're going to reach down the right leg. Gently pressing the left palm into the left knee. Coming back to center, roll the shoulders, reaching, sliding down the right leg and coming back, moving again with that ease of movement. Wherever you land is exactly where you're supposed to be. You might feel that you want to bring your arm forward. Perhaps you can take it behind the leg to keep the chest open. Taking a breath in and out. You can reach up, maybe reaching over. And perhaps it feels good to take your hand behind you, opening the chest all the time. A little arch in the back, push the chest forward. Take a breath in. Releasing. You take your left hand all the way behind you, fingertips pointing away. Sweep your right hand forward, push it up onto your left knee. Push your hips forward, your chest up to the sky. Take a big breath in and all the way out. Coming into land, draw your right leg in towards the groin. Extend your left leg out to the side. Find your seat once again, feeling the sit bones pressing down into the floor. We begin to move, sliding down the left leg. Use your right palm to press that right knee into the floor. Reaching and just noticing how one side of your body feels completely different to the other side. Honor that, respect that. Notice it without judgment. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you find your way of moving. You find what feels good in your body. And again, playing with the position of the arm, maybe reaching up and over. Finding a way to open the chest. Bring your heart forward. Releasing. You're going to take your right arm behind you, fingertips pointing away. Left arm sweeps across the body as you push up. Push your hips forward, raise your chest up to the sky. Reaching your arm up and overhead. And releasing. Coming to sit. Bringing the feet together, we come back to where we started our class today. Taking a breath in. You know, whether it's conscious or unconscious, what you're ready to let go of. You know what it's time to release so that you can make your plans, plant your seeds and prepare to blossom when springtime comes. Whatever that thing is that you're ready to let go of, I want you to breathe it out with me now. We take a breath in, drawing in all the air that you can, tightly squeezing into the body, and then just like Kali with her long red tongue hanging out. Let's release. Inhale. Two more. Last one. Bringing your right palm to your heart, your left palm just below the breastbone, just resting at the bottom edge of the ribs, sitting up tall, noticing the changes that have taken place in your body, the feelings, the sensations, the thoughts that are coming and going. Observe them all like a bystander, reading a book or watching a movie. Feel the fire of destruction consuming everything that you no longer need, that no longer serves you in any way. Embrace the destruction, welcome it, welcome the death of what no longer works. By embracing this part of you, embracing the dark side, you can welcome in whatever it is that you need in your life. You can make space for the right people, the right opportunities, the right behaviours and beliefs. Releasing the hands, lightly drawing them away from the body. No rush, no haste. And gradually bring the hands to touch, palm to palm, fingertip to fingertip, pressing them together, holding at heart center. Take a deep breath in, touching the thumbs to the forehead. May our practice bring us clarity and purity of thought. Take an inhale, moving the thumbs to the lips. May our practice bring us kindness and gentleness in our speech to ourselves and to others. And finally inhale, drawing the hands to heart center. Breathing out. May our practice bring us love. Open our hearts to the love around us in the world, and may we be brave and bold enough to share the love in us with others. Gently bowing the head. Namaste.